Classic Physique Arnold UK champ jumped at a pro amateur show. Can you keep your eyes off of this? And a top 10 list on how to spot a fake natty needs to be verified. Next up on What Up Fitness. First up in this segment, not a good look. We have a IFBB Pro Classic Physique Arnold UK champion that was jumped at a pro amateur show in the UK this past Saturday. So he's at this event and the show's charging a lot of money. So he's on his Instagram page and he's going around kind of showing criticisms of the show. He's made comments basically that it's going to cost $60 to watch one class. Now, on Mike the Bull's Instagram page, he's going and showing things in real time at this event, and then he has to go backstage to help his girlfriend, and four security officers beat him bad enough that he ended up with a black eye, broken ribs, and a partially broken nose. Mike the Bull put out a statement saying that he's going to actually have to continue with legally because they are saying something. So hello everyone, given the new statement of Two Bros, it is clear the scenario is to proceed legally, considering they are now lying on the incident, regardless of the comments, cameras, and witnesses, and in addition to that, accusing me of being some predator just to save face of what they did. I will no longer be discussing this issue, as I will have my lawyer take care of it moving forward. Only remark I have is this, that the disgrace will be brought to justice. Thank you. So there was cameras, witnesses, statements taken that many people were saying that Mike was just jumped by these guys, right? And now apparently they're trying to save face, saying that he was backstage being a predator of some sort to save face. Now, when it comes down to this entire event, if there's 4 security officers and 1 classic physique competitor, I'm gonna say it right now, guys, not too many bodybuilders out there that actually are tough. I'm sorry. For the most part, you know, maybe you're intimidated because there's a lot of muscle, but they're not really out there trying to fight anybody. So there's 1 on 4. 4 security officers should be able to remove him without breaking his nose, ribs. That's just getting excessive, obviously. The promoter has been known for doing some shady stuff. He's got a bad reputation, and previously Mike has been banned by this promoter but was later allowed to attend shows. So at one point, Mike and this promoter, Two Bros, whatever, have had beef, and he's been banned from one of the person's shows. So there's obviously some beef that's there. We don't know the actual story, but guys, I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. All right, next up on Gym Nightmares. So I was sent this video, and this video says, let's count how many men check me out. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can't stop staring at me. I can say the same thing when it comes to guys. Hey, y'all see me in some of the videos I've been in. I wear tights, okay? Now, when you go to the gym, guys compliment guys. The only people in the gym that come up to you and say, man, how much do you bench? It's only guys. So when I was in the gym, you know how many guys would have done the same thing? If I was like, watch how many guys check me out. Click. You know why they check people out? Because when you're in the gym, everyone's going to the gym because they're trying to look good. No one's going to the gym because they believe it's going to make them ugly. Everyone is going to the gym because they believe that going to the gym and doing whatever they think, whether they're following a plan, they believe that this process is going to create good looking. It's going to make attractiveness. So whenever someone's in the gym, they're training. They're looking to see what's that person doing. And they do it mostly to people who look really good. Number one, we have no, come on. Both men or women walk by with skin tight tights on. And more than half their body, basically the only thing left to the imagination is a thin ass, tight, thin piece of fabric. You are going to look. It has nothing to do with sexual preference. It has everything to do with trying to look good. So they're gonna look at things that look good. They look for motivation. So whether this is a video of her trying to be a boss bee and like, look at all the people looking at me, obviously because my outfit is hot as ever, or she's just trying to shame these men into what is the hardest trap ever, regardless, you have to understand this. A good looking physique with a good symmetry and muscle and balance, whether it's nice thick thighs and glutes and quads and a chest and whatever it is, doesn't matter. People see that and they're instantly in awe or inspired. They're like, wow, If you see a Ferrari outside, you know you can't have it, you're gonna look at it. And if you're not gonna look at it, you're probably hating behind you. You're probably, oh, shit, happiness ain't about having a Ferrari. Last but not least, this is video of the week, and it is starring my boy Jeff Verity Schofield. He is reacting to Revival Fitness's video on 10 ways you can spot a fake natty, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on the top 10. Let's go. It's plastered all over the social media. Now, I say this, that's not necessarily that fair. If you're a natural, your pride is the fact that you built your physique on being natural. So like, what are you gonna do? Just say like, you don't say anything? You just, and if you're natural and you have a great physique, you just gotta say nothing? I don't think that's a good enough way to spot a fake natty, is if they're plastering their hard work on social media. That's what you're supposed to do. So for me, no, that's a reach. That's not gonna work. Next up, the person that makes it a moral issue when it comes to the PD use. Basically, you know, someone's like, hey, you got Kenny Kale walks up to you like, hey man, are you clean? Are you natural? And like, no, not me. It's against my religion, right? It conflicts your moral standing. When I'm looking at someone who's like natural, I'm taking this list, I'm thinking about someone who just is maybe a natty fan of somebody, and they might not like steroids because it does conflict their morals. That's a perfectly good reason to not do steroids. Not a good enough reason for me to say, hey, this guy's a fake natty. All right, let's number 3. They're friendly with other fakes. Now that one for me, and I think Jess is the same thing, but for me, that is almost like, but again, like, you know, birds of a feather flock together. That's exactly the comment that Jeff Verity Schofield made, and I definitely agree. Say like your best friends are, you know, Liver King, Michael Hearn, Simeon Panda, whatever, right? Who cares? All right, let's say those, because those people are common, but people believe that are natural, that are not natural. If your entire group is that, and you're the only one, like, and you're like your entire friend group is that, you're a natty and you're defending them to all the hell, I'd be like, you might be. It's a good enough reason for me. It's good. It's a good sign, because let's be serious. Like, if you're actually against doing steroids, you're probably not gonna hang around other people who have lied about doing steroids. Not saying, because you can be natural and hang with people who do steroids and admit like, yeah, man, I'm not natural. Like, of course I'm not. But he's talking about like you hang out with other fake natties. It's like, that could be, I'm leaning towards that one a little bit, right? A little bit. You guys comment below on these as well too. All right, next one in there. Now that one for me is, yes, now only if it's someone who's already trained before. For me, naturally, right now, since I'm not on anything at all right now, I could probably put on a pound of muscle in a few months. You know what I'm saying? But if I all of a sudden in a couple weeks look like I put on 10 pounds of muscle, like, it's a noticeable. You're like, John looks good for his age. Yeah, he looks a lot better than he did before. But if like in a couple weeks you're like, damn, what the, is Johnny doing another show? Can't be like, oh, I've leaned out a little bit. It's got to be like obvious, you know, my shoulders. You would know when I'm yoked, sauced on. Shoot, you would know either way. All right, so that's a pretty good reason. All right, next up on this one, number 5 is, now with this one for me, I know people who look lean. Now ripped, like I'll take, who's ripped all the time? I mean, like, you know, if you're like looking stage ready all the time, is that steroids? No, it doesn't mean it's steroids necessarily, but it can definitely be some kind of other enhancement that you cannot get over the counter. I'm thinking like this guy is absolutely peeled all the time. It could be T3, meaning like, you know, a thyroid medication that they're using for themselves to get lean, not like because they have a thyroid problem. Clen, GW, could be peptides. So those things, yeah, I would say like possibly, but there are also those people who are just like naturally lean all the time. Now, if you're bigger and leaner all the time, like if I'm walking around, like right now, my conditioning's pretty good. I'm about, I would say the higher end of like 15% body fat. Now, if I was my size and I would say 8%, but like not even like 7% body fat, I would be like, yeah, probably, because here's the thing. When you're so lean, it's not very often you can actually carry a lot of muscle when you're that lean, which means that you have to be using something to be able to sustain the muscle that you have. So that's gonna look a certain way. So when I look at it, look at size. Size has to be involved too. It can't just be like some guys, like, can't be like Alex Eubank and lean. It's like, dude, You're 160 pounds. You better be lean. Just saying. All right, 6. Yeah. Hi, that's a good one. 100%. 100%. 100%. If you like, here's a good rate right now. My strength is nowhere than it was before. Not even close. My strength is not even close. If you see 3 plates on that thing, like, I don't think I might be able to do 3 plates once, maybe. Okay, if you see me do that thing more than once without being on like a meso, without tracking it, like, you know, I put a month at this weight, and then like in a couple more months I was at 275, then it took me 3 months to get at. If sometime in the next month you saw me doing 315 for reps, you better believe my ass is on something. 100%. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. So that's that one right there, definitely agree with. If you go from 0 to hero in a month, yeah, you're on the sauce. 100%. Now that one, yeah, kinda, but they had to come back yoked. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't be like, you know, they left and they came back soft. You know what I mean? I'd be like, that's not good. I would assume more so like whoever, woman or man, leaves. You don't seem like, hey, whatever happened to that one influencer? And then like a few, you know, maybe a end of the year, you see him and like, holy, that's a what? Yeah, and I'm talking like noticeable change, like noticeable. I'm not saying like he was gone for, he or she, whatever, was gone for half the year and they come back and they're just lean. Now I'm talking like numbers are stupid. They go from looking pretty good to I can step on stage and handle some IFBB pros. Yes, 100%. That's a good example right there. Ooh, yeah, me too. Definitely, no. That could be just somebody's training style. I know a lot of guys who are not natural. I know a lot of people who are natural, who look big but aren't that strong. That's a no for me. That could be how you train. Like for me, for instance, like I'm fairly gonna be strong for a long time because I've been training my entire life, and you know, I'll probably never be able to not do 100-pound dumbbell press. I'll probably be able to do 120s max until, I don't know, I don't really need to do it anymore. Regardless, you can't look at, oh, that person is big but isn't that strong in the gym. It's like, no, because to be honest, even if you're taking something, you're going to have some strength. And it's not very often that someone's like on test and I don't know, and then they're not strong, right? It's like, nah, right? So that for me, that's a no. Yeah, I would say something like that. I would say like if you can literally go to the peaks in all types of training methodologies, I think for sure. For me, like I remember exactly what it was like to be on sauce. And you can go to failure, like that extra gear you have, those extra, like, you know, when you have like 2, it's like how many, what was your RIR? It's like, you're like, what's an RIR? You just go past, what you go to failure? Or like what part of failure? You talking about like past failure? Or we're talking about like beyond, you talking about like lapping failure? Because if failure was running a race with me, I'd be lapping failure. Yes, 100%. If you see someone in the gym who can just go, I'm talking go, 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 go. They're doing high reps with a heavy load. Yes. I'm looking more for performance, like freak performance. For sure.
They make a living and gain influence from their physique.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched Revival's video. I'm just taking these tops for fun. You guys can watch yourself, but I'm just taking that because I don't want to be influenced too much by the answer. But I can say everybody who is a coach is going to be using their body to, you know, sell, right? Because you got to be like, you have to be a product of what you're selling. It's gonna be pretty hard to be like, hey man, trust me, and you're, you know, get lean for the summer and then you're out of shape. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so for me, that's a no. I think everybody who is a coach, trainer, whatever you want to call it, that is trying to monetize their career is using their body to help with that. When it comes to just like attraction and selling, guys, that's just how it is naturally. Right? You want to sell something, it's got to look good. If I'm selling physiques that look good, I need to have a good looking physique. So natural or not, I think everyone does the same thing. That's not a good reason for me. But I still think it's a fun video, guys. So that is my video of the week. The most cynical Natty or not video ever made. Go to Jeff Verdick and Schofield's channel. Hit that up. It's a good video to watch. Either way, guys, that is it for today's What Up Fitness. And until next time, you know how it is. Iron sharpens iron. Progressive overload life. In the meantime, keep dream chasing. Peace.